23rd and explained the 288,000 that we're requesting. The 181,000 was the reimbursement that we explained in the grants. We'll be getting that back in March. And from my understanding, that was not the problem with the board. In fact, you're going to work on that, or you were going to vote on that today. The only thing is the under $100,000. Beginning of the year, we knew we were going to be short in the account. We have our plan in effect. You know, usually we were hoping through the years people retire, people go for other jobs, things happen where you might be able to make up the deficit that we got at the beginning of the year. At this point, we're pretty well sure that we're going to be short the 100,000. Meeting with my staff tomorrow. If the board is not favorable to giving us that money, we have a plan in effect with our employees. Did request this year that we submit a budget for next year, 16% less, which we have, and it's going to be $500-some thousand short. That is going to be layoffs of at least a minimum of 7 people, possibly 10 from my office. We understand the financial position the county is in for next year, and you know, we just have to meet that. We plan on doing that. We're working on that, and we'll do so. But for this year, it was, you know, looking at that the sales tax was at 0.75% for part of the year, and it's still at 0.25%. We did think that, hoping we wouldn't be that much, 100,000. You know, that we retirements or things like that might be less. But at this point in time, it is 100,000. We are asking the commissioners to consider funding that for us. We will not do any layoffs this year, but we would definitely have to furlough people, and it would be at this point in time to mean that everybody in the office would have to take a half a day off per week or 1 day per pay to meet the deficit of $100,000. It's real difficult for me when I have 28 people who went to college, law school, that work overtime, that don't get paid a penny for that, to say, hey, you got to take a half a day off here. I feel we are quite busy. Just read the papers. You can see the criminal cases that we have. When you have a tough economy, the real estate markets stop, but the crime doesn't. And, it's there. We're busy. This treasurer's situation, as you gentlemen know, it's been quite trying on you. It's about 10 times more in my office with the filings and the dealings with everybody. My civil staff has just put all the other clients on the back burners because I informed them that you need to devote full time to this case, to recover as much funds as we possibly can. And then we're getting into the lawsuits with the treasurer and his attorneys and all that. So we're fighting that, which means the other clients are getting put on the back burner, unfortunately. But that's what happens when you don't have a staff to address that. So I'm just asking for your consideration. I know it's a tough decision facing the county, but I think if you look at departments, I feel ours is one of the busiest in the county. We got it coming from all ends, civil side, the criminal side, and it just doesn't stop. Having $100,000 again, it seems like a lot, but it could be a heck of a lot more if we paid overtime. My attorneys go in there, and if a case has to wait till 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night for a verdict, and they come in early in the mornings and come in on the weekends, I just feel it's a real slap in the face to them to say, I still want you to work overtime, but you got to take a half a day off per week, and I just don't see where that's reasonable. If we have to, we will. We understand that. We're going to be better prepared for next year because of the fact that you told us it's going to be 16%. We got things in effect here, but this year, with I think how we usually do it is we try to try to keep it down as much as possible, and I know we returned some money to you last year. We didn't have to come to you for any money. This year we are, and I'm just asking for your consideration.
John, one of your assistants came out and spoke with me yesterday, and I think to Mr. I think he was misinformed that we have like $5 million layaway fund. We do not. We have half of that. His question was, well, if you have $5 million, then you can give us $100,000, and it's not that easy. And we don't. First of all, we don't have money.
Would it be helpful, or could we even do this if the judges, is there any way that through their special funds that they may have help subsidize the shortcomings? I have a concern though that you have a colleague that thinks that we have $5 million that is just sitting in a fund, which we don't. And the carryover, budget stabilization fund, as you know, we had to take 2.9 out of it. Right now, the only two options that we have on here is trying to ask the judges to assist us, or the only other place that we have, and I made mention that last week, is that the remainder of the stabilization fund, we can give you that money, but again, it will reflect on, next year. And if that's what you're saying, that's the only money that we have.
Commissioner Reeves, I'm willing to talk to the judges if they can help and try to report back to you.
Than that would be to adjust your budget next year.
Like I said, looking at between 7 and 10. Like
I understand.
So we have to do that, we understand.
And we do understand that 16.1% is being conservative.
Didn't you tell us
Also-
21?
Well, I said it could be up to 20. That, I did. If I said the other, I guess there is another
He was asking
option.
me if I said that, and I said, no.
Oh, didn't we say, well, didn't we say it was 16 plus another 5?
No, that would be if we liquidated the remainder of our
11 plus 5,
budget
yeah, if we
stabilization.
were to lose
If
the
we
budget
pass that all out
stabilization,
equally, that's another option. We could do that this year for next year, and it won't be there. And just add another 5% to the 16.1, and then you'd have your 21.5% reduction.